Hey guys, happy Friday. So today I am going to do the Carly styling video. I know that this video is so overdue, and I said I was going to do it weeks ago. Life kind of got a little crazy, but I had some time this morning and I thought what better way to start off the weekend than doing a Carly video. So here's the Carly. For those who have yet to try the Carly, it is one of the greatest LuLaRoe pieces. I know I say that about a lot of pieces, but this is like, since this came out, it's one of my go-tos because it's easy to wear. It's flattering on everyone, and it's just comfortable. So it is your A-line swing dress. It's got the high-low. It does run full. So what we suggest is sizing down at least 1 to 2 sizes. You want it to fit in the bust, and then it will go out the correct proportion. So you definitely want it to get fitted here. So we say size down 1 to 2 sizes. If you're busty, I would size down maybe 1. Otherwise, you can really go down 2. And again, with this dress, if there's a print that you like that's a size or 2 bigger, go ahead and get it, because I'm going to show you some tricks today that you can do to kind of size it down and make it work for you. So I have a bunch of tricks that I'm going to show you, and I will tell you, I very, very rarely, I don't even know if you will ever see me wearing the Carly like this. I'm always doing some sort of trick to it or mixing it up. So I'm going to show you kind of my little, tricks and secrets that I do. So the easiest thing to do to change the look of Carly is to take a belt. If you're going to do this, I highly suggest using a thin belt, because if you use a thick belt, to be honest, it's very hard to wear a thick belt with the Carly and make it flattering. Even I have trouble putting the thick belt on. So again, I'm going to use a thin belt. This has no stretch, just, a regular belt. Put your belt on at your natural waist. I'm just flipping it around because I don't want to see the buckle. So all I'm doing is I'm sitting it at my natural waist. If you're going to do this, do not pull your belt tight, okay? You do not want the belt super, super tight for this particular look. I have it a little bit loose, as you can see. There's room in there, just enough to kind of cinch your waist in a little bit and give it a little bit of ruching in the front. So here's the easiest way to belt the Carly, and this is going to be flattering on almost everyone, but the trick is you have to put it at your natural waist, okay? So the next trick is to use it with a fitted belt, okay? So this belt has stretch to it. I say this 1,000 times. If you do not have a belt with stretch, go get one, because it's going to become your best friend. You can use it for 1,000 different looks. All right, here's my belt. All I'm going to do is cinch it at my natural waist. For those of you who know me, you will see me wearing it like this probably a lot in the summer. It's my favorite way. So you definitely want this to be tight, and you want it to hit at your natural waist so that it gives you that nice hourglass shape. Girls who don't necessarily have a really big hourglass, this is going to help you give it, because it's going to cinch you in, and then it will have a nice flow. So the trick to doing this one is I do not like the fabric that's hanging on the sides here. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to come in so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Take your fabric, and you're just going to pull it to the back, okay? So you're just going to keep pulling, even from the front. You want your front to be as smooth as possible. So I'm going to pull, pull, pull. Sorry, I have my mirror over here so I can say. Pull, pull, pull. And all you're going to do is keep getting it to the center. And now I have a super cute A-line looking dress. So I have a little A-line looking dress, and it goes out a little, but it's not super snug. And then you have that really cool, there we go, that super cool pleating in the back. This is one of my favorite ways to wear the Carly, because I'm obsessed with the pleat in the back. I just think it looks super cool, and it totally changes the look of the dress. And there are some days you don't want the fullness of the Carly, but you want to wear it. So this is a great option for you to do to kind of change up the look a little bit. Okay, so similar to this look, this one's a little more tricky, and I'm going to come in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Put my belt down for a second. All right. So you're going to take it from probably, here's the top of my waistband of my leggings. I'm going probably about 2 inches down, okay? You're going to grab your fabric. So see what I'm doing? I'm just pulling up, and I'm almost folding it over, okay? And the trick, I'm turning towards my mirror for a second. The trick to doing this is you want to make sure that you're folding it even, because you want this hem at the bottom to be straight across. So now you're going to get your belt. All you're doing is taking your belt, and I'm putting it right underneath my fold that I just made, and then just put your belt on. You'll fix it when you're done, okay? So now I'm going to smooth out the front so that it lays straight. And then I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the one look I just showed you, where I'm kind of pulling the fabric to the back. So just kind of play with it until you can get that fabric to lay nice. And the cool part about this is it almost gives you, like, you have almost like a little mini skirt and a shirt. And I just think it's super fun and just, a different way, again, to wear the Carly. So if you don't want that, like, ton of fabric, this is a great option for you. All right, now I'm going to show you a bunch of different ties. I usually wear my Carly, in the summer I will wear it without anything underneath, but in the winter I'm always wearing it with leggings because it's cold out. So I have a bunch of different tricks and tips that I do to kind of like tie it up, and some of these you will definitely need to wear either, you could wear a Cassie under it, you could do a Julia under it, leggings, but some of these you will definitely need something underneath because it's going to pull it up high. So the first easy one, you guys, I'm sure have all seen this. You probably all have done it. Just a simple tie. And I'm going to show you the trick to make your tie. I hate when it has that little thing hanging out. So I pull my tie tight, and then I have this flap. And all you do is take it. I'm going to come in. Take it, and I'm just tucking it under, and then tuck it into the fabric. Just kind of back into the bottom. And now you have a super neat, look at that. Super neat knot. There's no extra fabric hanging out, and it just makes the look a little more polished. So this is one of my knots that I like to do. Easy, super easy, anyone can do this. The other ones that you can do is if you have, like, a lot of times, like, I'll wear a simple Carly, and I'll have like really funky leggings on, and I want to show a lot of my leg. So I will pull it up super high. So I am pulling, here's my seam. I'm taking it probably like 2-3 inches over, and I'm pulling it up really high. I'm doing that same knot. I'll show you some other knots as we go, but just to kind of give you the idea. So here now I have, look, almost my entire leg is showing. So this is a great way to wear a simple Carly and like a super funky legging, and then you've kind of got a little bit of funk going on. This is probably the most asked about knot, and where are my rubber bands? All right, I'm going to show you how to do the flower. All right, so you're going to need 2 rubber bands. I find the easiest is I use these little, they're like the little rubber bands. They're like super tiny for like doing like the end of your braids. So these are used. You can get them at CVS. They're like $1 for a pack of like 100. Great to kind of just have. So you need a rubber band. All you're going to do, I'm going to do my flower on the side here. So pull your fabric, and you need a lot of fabric. So here, all I did was just kind of, grabbed a whole bunch. I'll show you again. Just take it. You're just grabbing a whole bunch of fabric, okay? Put your rubber band on. I usually like to wrap it around 3 times. So here's your first step, okay? I've just tied it, and I had this huge chunk of fabric. Now you need a second rubber band, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your fabric and kind of just flatten it out. So I was long, and now I'm just kind of flatten, play with it until it gets flat. Okay? And now all I'm doing is I'm kind of, that knot that I made where the rubber band is, I'm kind of pushing it through. I have my finger actually in here, and I'm kind of pushing my thumb, like this is my thumb in here. And you just grab the fabric into a big ball, take your other rubber band, and knot it on. And I tell people too, sometimes it helps if you put in I will put in a dime or a penny inside that knot, because it has something to adhere to. And then kind of just play with your flower, smooth it out a little bit, and there you go. There's the flower, okay? So that's how you do the flower knot. It looks harder than it is. Play. You'll kind of learn how to do it a little bit quicker. But there you go. There's the flower. All right, so I'm going to take these out. I don't want to break my bands because I need to use them for another trick to show you. All right. The next one is another super easy, but again, it's going to change the look of the Carly, and that's kind of what this video is meant to be. To just show you some simple, easy tricks that you can do to change up the look of your Carly. So all I'm doing is taking my two ends where where they hit the lowest, and I'm tying just two cute, tiny little knots. Simple, easy, but it changes the look of the Carly. It's just something a little bit different. Easy, anyone can do. Making sure I'm not missing anything. All right, the next one, and you have all seen this one done. This is where you take the fabric. I'm going to do it on the outside. Same thing. You take the fabric and put a rubber band on, but you're going to do it from the inside. So I'm just going to turn this way so I can put one on. So all I'm doing is I'm putting my rubber band underneath, and it creates that ruching effect. Now, I don't usually wear it like this. It's not my favorite way, but this is a trick that I do all the time. So now I put the band in, and now I'm pulling all my fabric to the side. And then I take it, almost like you're tying the top of a trash bag. So you're going to take it into two pieces. So I've got my two little flaps, and I'm just tying it. Just tying it. And then I often will double knot it just to make sure that it stays. And then kind of play with it a little bit. And it almost has, now it looks like I'm wearing a cute little shirt. So these are just kind of different tricks you can do, and this is a really cute thing to do with a catsie, or even to throw it on with a maxi skirt. So this is, one of the ways that I probably wear the Carly a lot, just because I like the versatility, and I love being able to wear my skirts and stuff, and I love mix and match. So this is just an easy way to kind of turn your Carly into a shirt. And you could do this same thing without putting this knot in here as well. But I like the effect of having that ruching there when I do my side knot. So let me take this one out. And now I'm going to show you some cute little tricks with reversing the Carly. So give me 1 second. As with a lot of LuLaRoe, you can wear the stuff backwards. Alright, so here, I have my Carly on backwards. And you can see it has a little bit of a scoop now in the back. And now my higher part's in the back and my longer part's in the front. So now this allows you to do some of those like funky knots and be able to wear it as a dress without needing leggings or a cassie or something underneath. Because if I did some of these knots with it flipped the other way, it's going to pull the front up too short, and it's just a no-go without something underneath. But having the longer in the front, I can do some of these really fun things and wear it as a dress. So the first one I'm going to show you is just, you're taking it from the center, so straight down. Super easy. You're just going to do that regular knot, that same first knot that I showed you, and I'm going to do my little tuck under so that I don't have that flap hanging out. And there you go. Super cute. And you could wear it, like I would totally do this with like knee-high socks or like knee-high boots, kind of for a little funk throw on, like a little, like a denim vest or something. And again, you can tie this knot, so if you want it a little bit lower, then you just tie it. Tie your knot a little bit lower if you don't want it as short in the front. And again, this is something you could totally do the other way and have the knot in the back. I just think it looks cool in the front. So you could do it a little bit lower, but I like having, when it pulls up a little bit, it gives it that kind of shape. I just think it looks cool. So that is one way to do the knot in the front. The other one is, I'm going to get my rubber bands. And this I love. So I'm going to take it, my knee hits about here. I'm probably taking it like mid-thigh. You want to make sure that you're grabbing it in the center. If you're going to do this, I'm going to do the flower knot in the center. If you're going to do this one, you need to make sure you're taking the fabric straight up the middle, because you don't want it to be not in the center. So you want to make sure that when you grab it, look in a mirror and grab it straight down the center. Okay? So take your fabric, you're going to make your flower. Same thing that we did last time. Put your rubber band in. Get my other one. And then you're going to flatten out your flower. And again, the more you do this, the easier it does get to put your flower together. Okay, so I make my little flower. So there you go. So now I have a cute little flower. You could do it off to the side. If you're gonna do it off to the side, you need to make it intentional. So you need to have it like over here. You don't want it sitting right here because it's gonna look like you just kind of could get it into the center. So make sure that when you do it, it's either really off to the side or it's centered. And then the other thing that I like to do, and oh my gosh, I lost my other rubber band. Oh, there it is. All right, so when I do it this look, you know, it looks cute like that hanging straight down, but a really cute trick to do, go right into the center of your back, and you're gonna do that same little rubber band trick where you put the rubber band on the inside and it creates the ruching, and again, needs to be dead center, and I can tell right now I'm not dead center. Okay, so now it's pulling up the back, so now I'm straight across as opposed to having like the longer back, and it's just a different look, super cute, super easy, and just kind of changes the look of the Carly. What else do I have for you? Oh, side knot. Hold on, I gotta take all my rubber bands out. Here's one, two. I don't think I have any more looks with the rubber bands. All right, and then again, you could always do your little side knot. And what I like about having it reversed is now when I tie it up, it almost makes the dress the same length in the front as it makes it in the back. So it's taking away from that high-low and just kind of making it a regular dress. So those are the different knots that I do when it comes to the Carly. And now I'm going to show you some a little funkier ways to wear the Carly, which are kind of more the way that I like to wear them. So give me 1 second. I am going to throw on an Amelia. And the reason that I'm doing this is I know you guys have all probably seen the pictures and the videos of putting on a petticoat underneath a Carly. And I love the idea of having that, you know, poof underneath. But for me, when I put on the corset, or not on the corset, I'm sorry, when I put on the, oh my God, I'm blanking on what it's called, and I just told you the name. When I put mine on, it's too full. It's not flattering. It's not for me. And that's the thing. Some of these, you know, those tricks are not for everyone. So here's what I do. I put on an Amelia in my size, and I put my Carly on over. And first off, I think that this is super, super cute. And I think it's a little bit edgy. It's a little bit funky. I think it's awesome. And I love that the sleeve of my Amelia is hanging out. If you don't like that, you could fold it up so you don't see it, which is one way to get rid of it. Or take your sleeve. You can either fold it up this way or you can tuck it underneath, either way. And then you don't see the underneath fabric. I personally like that. I think it gives it a little bit of a cool vibe. So here's one way. All I did was simply just put on my Carly. You could take it and knot it up. And there you see a little bit of your Amelia underneath. And you still have your Carly on top. But here's where I was going with the original. All right, so I'm going to add my belt. I'm doing my stretchy belt. You want a stretchy belt for this. So here you go. I've now belted my Carly over my Amelia. And now it gives my Carly a little bit more lift, a little bit more volume, without as much volume as putting on, and again, I'm blanking on the name. Terrible. Petticoat. It's less volume than a petticoat, but it gives you a little bit of something. And so this is, I think, just a super cool way to wear it. And again, if you wanted to, go ahead and knot it up. It's just a little bit of a different way to wear it. All right, and now I'm going to flip back off the Amelia because I've got one other trick to show you. And this one's going to involve 2 Carlys, which is another one of my little go-to tricks. And when you do this, wear your Carly the regular way. Alright, so here you go. I have my Carly here, and now I'm putting on a second Carly. This works best if you are going to do, they should be both the same size. You could do, if you were going to wear 2 different sizes, I have to wear the bigger underneath and the smaller on top. But it's really going to get the proper effect if they're the same size. So here, I just put on 2. Simple, easy way to kind of funk it up is just tying up the edge. You see a little bit of the peekaboo underneath, but then you have your Carly on top. But my favorite way to do this, again, stretchy belt. This is why you need a stretchy belt in your closet. They are fabulous. Just put your stretchy belt on. And this right here, I think, is one of probably my favorite ways to wear the Carly. So I've got 2 layered up. If you wanted to, you could totally roll your sleeves up so that you can see that underneath part. But what I love about this is first off, when you belt it, you really give the Carly a lot of movement, and I think that this is the coolest part. Check this out. When I move, you see that underneath, so it's almost like it's a double-sided fabric. So I've got this cool print on the outside, and then when I move, and even like you can see on the back here, you can see that really cool black and white stripe. You could do this with any color combination, any pattern combination. I could have done this the reverse way, but it's just a little bit of something different. You know what I mean? It gives your outfit a little bit of a different vibe. And again, you could always tie it up. But this really is my favorite way to wear the Carly because I just love being able to see that underneath fabric on the inside. So those are probably the most common ways that I wear the Carly. I know that I do it. I have some other ways that I didn't show you guys. But these are probably the ways that I wear it the most often. And like I said, don't be afraid to throw it over a Cassie. Throw it over a Juliet, even a Maxi. There are 1,000 different ways that you can wear your Carly as a layering piece. Experiment, have fun. That's what fashion's all about. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I hope to see a lot of you tonight on our Shop the Box. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Happy Friday.